What's up, producer? Welcome back to my channel. In this video I will show you how to make a Dancefloor DMB drop from scratch. I recently got gifted a new Dancefloor DMB sample pack. It's quite nice, so I thought that it could go well with this type of video as I had a lot of requests. So let's jump into it. Alright, so first of all, 174 BPM as always. I didn't prepare anything, so I have no idea what we're gonna make. Anyway, this is the sample pack I was talking about, and I'll post a video in the description, like where you can see what's inside. But basically you have there all of presets, some MIDI files, even some like projects for FL Studio and Ableton, which is quite cool. I feel like I'll be working mostly with the drum samples and some presets. I'll try to make some melody on my own. If I can't come up with something nice, we can have a look in the MIDI. But yeah, obviously I already had a look at this spec before, so I kind of know what's inside. Anyway, what I like to do is that every time when I make a new idea, well, not every time, but like 80% I would say, I start with some kind of like a background or atmosphere. So this can be anything. It can be a pad, it can be like a vocal atmosphere, whatever, just something that's kind of like catchy for you, obviously. Anyway, so we can go to the synth loops, and there's some kind of like an atmosphere down here. So let's have a listen, and I will pick one, and then we can take it from there. Maybe we can try this one, but I think like I will chop it and maybe loop in a different way. I don't know, let's see. Oops, had to turn it off. Alright, don't worry about the clicking, we just go here, maybe smooth, let's see. Right, this will do. So actually, I'm thinking about making it shorter. Yeah, this is better. So it kind of like repeats 3 times and then it's longer. So it's not that boring, and you have like a little bit of a variation. What I like to do is that we can try to kind of like manipulate it. Also, I'm just gonna quickly use there like an EQ to cut the lows, the very lows. Obviously this track won't be perfect when it comes to mix down, and I also won't be making the drums from scratch, because then this tutorial would have like 2 months. But yeah, this is what I do every time, like during the process, so it's kind of like less muddy later, and you can like save your time if you do like a little bit of the mix down on the go. Next thing we can try is that this really nice free plugin, and this is basically really good for like the stutter effect. You might heard a lot of stutter vocal tracks lately and so on. So if I do some stuff with the settings here, and you can have like, you have so many options here. But yeah, I usually go for the 16 and here as well. So it's kind of like has a different vibe now. Maybe I will just use it later. So let's turn it off for now, but wanted to show you because these plugins are so dope and they're free. The kilohertz bundle. Anyway, right now when we have the atmosphere, I usually start writing like a bass note. So I'll just call this bass for now, and we'll go to the Serum. This is just an initial patch. I'll choose some preset from the sample pack I was talking about, but you can try for now just to do like a standard like a race kind of bass, just so we know what we're gonna make, and then we'll change the sound. So you just play the atmosphere alongside the bass sound, and I'm just gonna try and write something. Let's see, I don't know. Also, we are in F minor, at least that's what the sample says. So to make this easier, you can go to scale highlighting and go to F minor, and now you have like a little help. So basically only the highlighted notes are in the F minor scale. Maybe we can start on the F. I'll put the pattern in the playlist. Also, this is like my creative process that I keep trying and changing shit million times. Maybe we will change the key later because right now this sounds a little bit depressing. But yeah, let's see. Anyway, I thought that this C sharp sounded a little bit better than the F. Let's see, but actually let's pick some kind of like a dance floorish bass sound, because right now it sounds like we are making a liquid and that's not what I want to do today. So the presets are here. Let's actually go through some and see. That standard 8 note. I feel like it's a little bit overused now, so we can try to make something else. Let's see. I mean, we'll still probably go for the 8-note rhythm, but I don't want to use the same sound like always. Sounds a little bit jump up-ish, like a little bit of a canine vibe as well. it's changing rhythm because of the LFO, so this can actually be like a long note. Let's see. Maybe we can do like a combination of different sounds. I don't know. Let's just see what we can make. Also, don't want to have this video super long, so hopefully we'll come up with something pretty soon. I removed that little like a octave jump because I'm thinking of doing like a combination of more bass sounds. So I'm just gonna clone this and see what else we have here. Maybe even something like this could work. Let's see. Maybe also replacing that with the second sound, like start of each note, so it has more variation. I don't know, let's see how it sounds. It actually sounds like a shit. So I changed the rate, so it's kind of like slower, but I'm not sure if that sounds actually good. Let's try to add some melody, like a lead melody, so we know if the bass notes are good. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad, but it's just some bass line, you know. So we need to add a lead. Like the solis are the most used in this type of Dancefloor DnB, so we can maybe start with this one. Okay, so I'm thinking like making these notes also a little bit shorter. And so I really like to use only few notes every time when I make like a Dancefloor DnB track. I think it's easier to remember. And you can see I'm using like 3 notes. Well, there's a note number 4 here because of a little bit of a variation. But it's really simple, and I think it's a little bit catchy. I mean, if we are considering this like being really quick, obviously I recommend like spending a lot more time and trying different ideas and so on. I would say that try as many variations as you can think of, and the one that will get stuck in your head, just go with that. Or, I mean, whatever you prefer the most. So, let's have a listen again. It sounds good on the lower octave as well, so right now I can't decide, but I feel like I will keep the lower one for now. Anyway, this has to be louder than the bass notes. Again, I'm not doing like a mix down now, but we need to use like some reverb on the lead because it's kind of like dry now, or at least it could be a little bit more wet. Can boost some mids and highs with the EQ real quick just to have it a little bit brighter. You can like hear a lot of difference just by this simple shit. Right now we can judge if the bass fits or no. I feel like this one doesn't fit, so we'll do something else. I think I will keep this bass shot. Let's see if I can find something else in the preset pack. If not, I might do like an 8-note rhythm just with dispatch or something like that. This might also be a good idea because the bass lines are a little bit similar. This is like a little bit harder, and we can try maybe even like some octave jumps. Copy the rhythm here. think this could work. Maybe shorter note as well with this rhythm. You can also kind of like mess around with the patch a little bit. Maybe with the frequency modulation. Position of the wavetables. Or even changing here the wavetable. Sometimes you can get even better result. So I recommend like experimenting. This is a little bit more crispy now. I think, yeah, we'll keep the one that was there, because if you look at the other monsters, you can see it's like so harmonic, and that's why it's a little bit higher in the frequencies. So yeah, I think I think like the patch is good as it was. So yeah, this melody super simple, but you can kind of like remember it because it goes like and you know, like then it kind of comes back. And if you look at this, you can see that the G sharp is repeating quite often, and then the normal G is there as well, except the first shot here. So I mean the first part. So this is basically like the secret behind the Dancefloor DnB tracks. But what's kind of like, how to say it, it's hard to come up with like a simple melody, which is strange because you can see there's like literally few notes and it doesn't sound bad. So yeah, anyway, let's continue. So let's say that this would be the drop. Obviously we need to put everything in the mixer. For now, I will do the same bass lines on one channel because I only wanna cut the EQ. I mean, I wanna cut the bass line out of it, so we can put there actually sub bass. Maybe it's best to stick to the Pro Q3 because we can also boost some mids and so on. We can add a sub bass, so just copy the notes. sub bass, we'll go to basic shapes. We can raise the attack a little bit, so it's not like a clicky. And we can add a little bit of distortion to make it more harmonic. But I mean, this is not necessary. Could also add like a little bit of a harmony here. Alright, so this would be like a main part of the drop, the first 16 bar when the track hits. And then I want to make at least the second 16 bar. It would be like without the lead. So we can just... Actually, I'm gonna rename this pattern like first 16 bar. And then we can duplicate it and name it second 16 bar, and we can like how you can make it a little bit different is that we'll get rid of the lead. That's the first thing. Wait, this was the lead, so we'll cut it, and then we can maybe get rid of the one bass as well. Then you can like simplify it, so we'll bring down the octave jumps, and we will add like a pluck melody or something like that. But before that, we can also change the atmosphere a little bit, so we can take like a different piece of it. Maybe, I don't know, this. Not sure if it's gonna sound different. I'm just doing it by an eye if I look at it. You could also like take this, make it unique, so you clone the sample and you can like pitch it. Okay, it doesn't sound good. Okay, whatever. You see, like just trying stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'll just keep it like this. Now we can add that plug thing I was talking about. So again, let's go to the some, like you can see like a lot of sounds. So yeah. It's important that the sounds fit to each other. So sometimes you might find some goofy sounds and it won't fit. So it's important to spend a lot of time on the sound selection. Okay, this won't work, I know it now. Also, this plug melody is just like super basic. Okay, nah, this one. And you can just basically do something like this. And then do a little change at the end of 4 bar. try on higher octave. And now I did another change here, so it's kind of like a little bit less boring. And then I would basically repeat that first part again here. It depends if you depends because depends on the idea and on the track, because with every idea something else works. Usually I go for like a first 16 bar is that part with the lead, like the main melody. Then the second 16 bar is less busy, without the main lead, but with like a plug or vocal, like a vocal phrase or something like that. And then the lead section comes back. Sometimes I have the lead section for 2 16 bars, and then the last 16 bar would be the less busy one. I never do more than 3 16 bars in the drop. So yeah, anyway, we can have a listen how it sounds. Also, in the second 16 bar, I would turn off the plugin, so I'll just do like a quick, like a volume automation on the plugin, because I think it's since we removed the lead from this, it can be a little bit busy when it comes to the atmosphere. Alright, let's have a look in the drum samples, because that's what we need now. And then I'll do just a quick side chain and we'll see how it sounds. Drum loop kits. I usually throw just a bunch of shit in the playlist. I think maybe let's go to the shots. We'll try kick 2 and kick 4. Snare will be hard to choose, I think. Maybe this one. This one, let's see. Actually not that bad. Let's see how these two guys sounds. Okay, this kick is way better. This snare is also better, but I like noise here, so what we can do, we can just use like a little bit of the noise, like a layer. Shorter this one. Right, we need more like hi-hats. Definitely an open hi-hat to give it the dance floor vibe. Oh yeah, this one for sure. Don't worry, we will make it sound a little bit better. Like this. Also I mean, like you can see that I came up with a melody pretty quickly, but if you struggle with the melodies, this pack is like really full of MIDI files for a quick inspiration. Some of them are really nice, so I recommend having a look. If you struggle with this, it's a huge help. But yeah, I'm happy I could come up with something that's a little bit okay-ish. Then like a closed hi-hat with really fast rhythm, and you can see that this open hi-hat is not gonna have that fast rhythm, but with the closed one I wanna have something like more powerful. Alright, I'll just copy this. I hope it didn't duplicate. Okay, it didn't. Sometimes it's kinda a problem with FL Studio. Okay, let's see how it sounds. Right, with the closed, with the open hi-hat, we'll do a little bit of like a volume stuff here, which is basically a side chain, especially on the kick, because we wanna make space for the kick. So I'll just put it there, and let's actually work on a piece and then just copy and paste it, because I would spend ages doing this. Still I'll know all the shortcuts in FL Studio. We'll do the same on kick and snare with the closed hats. So it's here in here. I will also need to do this. Right, I will do a quick sidechain because it's gonna make a big difference. So you can just do the sidechain as you like. You have many options. My preferred way is with the volume automation. So in FL it's with the fruitive balance, and I'm gonna sidechain everything to kick and snare. So we're gonna everything except the lead and except the pluck, because they are quite short, and it could kill the melody. I need to rename this to sidechain because I'm getting lost now. So we'll route this track to this track only this one as well, and also the atmosphere. And now we'll do the shape that we need. Also, when you are sidechaining, I recommend doing like a separate sidechain for the sub, because you can see the kick is quite long. But right now, if I would make it really long, it would be super long and we would be losing a lot of volume from the other elements. But you want to make sure that the kick is really not in a way with the sub. So I do like a separate sidechain for a sub bass with like a longer shape. But right now I'll just do it really quickly with no separate sub, just to save the time. No separate sidechain for the sub bass. This will be for the kick. And we can just make it unique for the snare. And maybe make it slightly shorter. I think we'll just pick the sub that's from the pack, so it's kind of like matching the rest of the sounds. Oh yeah, this one. Much better. Can try if we actually like put back the notes like I had them before without the little gap. I think it's better like that. But yeah, this is something that you can find like after making the track, after working on the track for a bit. See how this would sound now with the lead on a higher octave. I like it way more like this. You can try different pitch. I think I was just messing around, but I think this is sounding okay. Obviously, you want to add some drum variations, like maybe like a double kick or a different rhythm, or maybe leave the kick out of here. That's what I do most of the time. And then what you could do is that kind of like render the lead to WAV file, chop a piece of it, reverse that and put there a reverb so it kind of like goes here and it's not coming that unexpected. But yeah, this is something that's like the details. You also want to add like a some kind of sweeps and so on in between the 16 bars to kind of like add that ear candy and have that detention. You can also sidechain these. I like to do that as well.